And we're live. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Discord, X, YouTube, wherever you're at. Welcome to State of the Arc for the 21st of November. I'm Ryan, the community manager, joined by Robbo from operations.
Hey, everyone.
We'll try to make this one quick today. Nothing too crazy. Had a lot of stuff happening before this, so I haven't really had much time to prepare anything. We're just going to roll right into it. So,
Yeah.
quite a few things that have been developed and launched over the last couple of weeks since our last one. A few upcoming things we'll talk about, but we'll roll right in. So, company-wide stuff that's gone down recently. Most of you are probably aware. ARC has launched on Base now, the level 2 chain developed by Coinbase. And now, as of a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, the largest level 2 by total volume locked. So we're excited for that. The fees on there are sub 1 cent, so it's really good for a developmental standpoint for ARC, as well as new users to the space that are incapable or don't want to pay the 30, 40, $50 swap fees that Ethereum has. And especially once it starts getting even crazier, they're just going to be even higher. So opens up a lot of opportunity there for small buyers to come into as well. We've upped our liquidity on there, and we'll continue to up it as more trading develops over there. So as the majority of the larger trades are happening on Ethereum, we'll maintain our liquidity on Ethereum, and as more is needed on Base to support more traders and larger volume on there, we'll continue to add that. So expect some more of that over the coming weeks. I know CoinMarketCap, a huge thing for everybody. We're tired of dealing with them. Everyone's tired of dealing with them, like the worst ever. At getting updates done in a timely fashion, but those should actually be done soon. We've gotten some additional third-party help to just get it done. And then the website, been a couple recommendations from the community. That's super nice. Some really good things. We talked about it yesterday on our call. We'll be implementing some of those. So expect some changes to the website as well coming up. Really make navigation easier and more descriptive of the two different products currently offered by ARC, the reactor side and the protocol side. So expect that to come soon. Those aren't too terribly difficult to do, so we'll make those updates and just really help the flow, especially as we start to onboard quite a few more new members, which you guys have probably seen in the holder count going up quite drastically recently. So I'm gonna try to make everything as simple and easy and straightforward as possible for everybody. As far as a bunch of product stuff, we've seen a few patches in the back. Just got done with one this morning that we announced on X, and then I believe Robbo just posted the announcement that that's done and live. So
Yeah.
feel free to check that out.
Yeah.
And that's the Reactor UI on the
Yes.
web app.
Yes. Already aligned with the new branding, and
Yeah.
just went live today.
And then a couple of things in testing right now that Nicole is overlooking is Reactor text streaming. So you'll kind of be able to just get that text going while it's processing in the background, which it gets you the information faster. It's already stupid fast, but you'll be able to start seeing it faster while it's processing everything in the background as well. And then that's currently in a test build being tested in QA. And alongside that being tested in our QA is an improved voice mode for Reactor. So make that more stable and more functional for everybody. So both of those two things are currently in testing. So once those are ready, we'll probably announce some more downtime while we implement those changes as well. And then some things coming up this month. The protocol facelift that we've been mentioning with the enhanced user interface. We're going to streamline the layout, just a simpler, more intuitive design for easier navigation, and so you can get to the features you need much quicker. Dynamic theme options, so light dark mode, customizable themes for people to personalize their experience on there. designed some optimize some the display for different devices. So continuing work there, so everything works no matter what screen people are coming from. Nowadays, there's so many different screen sizes. A fun fact: apparently, found out today, the smallest new iPhone you can get this year is larger than the largest iPhone you could have got in 2017. So pretty soon we'll be carrying our phones like you see in all the memes like that. But and then part of the protocol thing, improving the chat experience as well with Reactor on there. Real-time suggestions, the AI to provide real-time alerts on your portfolio and stuff. The alerts you set up and whatever customizable. So whatever you're really looking for, AI assistance in there as well. And then overall, just faster response times. It's just going to be optimizing everything. So all of those things are currently upcoming over about the next month. So some much sooner than others. Some will be a few weeks out, but all of those things are currently in the pipeline being worked on. There's a couple other things working as well in different departments. And we'll cover those, but that's kind of an overview of all the product that we've had launched recently since 2 weeks ago and expected for the next few weeks. I'll let Robbo cover some social media updates for you guys, and then I'll run into some more marketing stuff and start answering some questions for you.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. So yeah, for social media, yeah, as you have seen, guys, we have posted the update for the Reactor web app UI update. So yeah, so it's only for the web app. So for the mobile app and for the Chrome extension, it's coming too, but it's currently in the works. So yeah, that is posted today, and earlier you've been seeing posts for articles on the website being published on the website. So yeah, now we are doing that in coordination with our PR team, and so as Ryan mentioned, and as you all know, ARC is on base, and yeah, this was mentioned also in the team meeting earlier that some people are asking for educational material about getting on board, like staking on ARC on base. So yeah, we are currently working on educational campaign posts about that. So it will be like how to articles, and then eventually will be transitioned to how to videos, like after those how to articles. So look forward to that. That's for the Arc on Base social media campaign, and we are also like pushing on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So those talking head videos that you've seen in the past 2 weeks about KeyGuard. So those snippets are from the AMA with Henry. They will be like they're being pushed to YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So yeah, we're hoping to gain more traction there and to show there that more facing the audiences, showing them our product primarily. So that's look forward to that also, and looking forward to your support on those platforms in TikTok and YouTube Shorts. The links is on our link tree on our X. So the link to our TikTok and YouTube are there. So yeah, please follow us there if you haven't yet. I know you are all following us, but to those who haven't, please do. And yeah, and also update on the AI Alliance AMA, which just happened yes last week. So I was not there, but yes, it's a good AMA. So we are also posting and publishing short video contents there, like highlighting what those alliances are about, who they are, and what are their um, what do they do, like what they what they do, how what they do impacts the objective of the AI Alliance. So those posts are maybe you've seen already the email, and also you look forward. We will also post about X Alpha, which is the one that's also who attended the last AI Alliance AMA. So yeah, look forward to that. I think will be posted tomorrow about X Alpha. And in connection with that, actually those posts are getting traction. So yeah, some of them like you can they are also pushed in our task on but some of them are not. But regardless, because it is cross community, like we are coordinating those contents with with those AI partners also. So yeah, we're getting more traction there, more impressions from those social media posts. So yeah, for the social media side, those are my updates, and yep, looking forward to more updates. Back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, should maybe mention that when he says more traction on those, it's like a 4x increase in traction on those.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
there's
yeah.
quite a few interested people coming in, and you can kind of see that in the holder count growing since our last AI Alliance AMA. Quite a bit of traction from that. Which kind of rolls us right into some marketing updates. It works out
Yeah.
quite well. So
Mhm.
there will be another AI Alliance event to take place around the
Yes.
beginning
Look forward to that.
of December. Um, and so keep an eye out on that. We'll get the exact details on that if it can take place
Mhm.
during our next scheduled state of the art call, 2 Thursdays from now. At the same time, then we'll do that. If we have to change it a bit, a day or time, we'll let you know well in advance, similar to how we had to do with the prior one. But expect that. We're also working for another AMA. Our team will be joining another partner. We're trying to lock it down for next week as well. So we'll be speaking to their community and covering all of ARC stuff in that as well. So another good project out there that's got a lot of traction in the AI space too. So we're pretty excited for that as well. So expect those two coming up over the next couple weeks. And I kind of mentioned the website and the reactor flow again, but expect those to come out pretty soon. And then we're working on some of the reactor API use cases. So some business examples and how partners are currently using these APIs, which then just makes it easier to discuss these with even more partners as they can see how some of the other companies are using ARC and our APIs to increase their productivity and everything on their end. So pretty excited for those. A lot of that is kind of B2B side, but we'll be sharing those on X and TikTok and YouTube and in Discord and Telegram and all that, and some X articles. You guys may have seen the last X article about Base. We'll
Mm.
continue to
Mhm.
do some of those. And as I mentioned on the prior State of the Arc, we'll do some X articles with like written summaries after these AMAs, which will make it easier for people who may not have the time, or English isn't their primary language, so it's a bit more difficult to follow along, especially when I start talking quite quickly.
Mhm.
It'll be good for them, ability to translate it much easier. So expect that a bit later on today.
Mhm.
We've been gaining a lot of traction on X recently in this space, and you guys are probably seeing the posts all over your feed now. Um, and a lot of that is appears to be coming from our AI Alliance partnership call we did 2 weeks ago, as well as the event we have going on TaskOn with 12 different quests inside the event. The users can participate in across all three of our projects that are in that. And talking about this AI Alliance, since that last one, and we've gotten the numbers of viewers and replays and everything like that, and impressions across the platforms, we now have a backlog of projects trying to get on these AI Alliance calls with us. So we'll definitely be doing more of those. As mentioned, the next one coming up in 2 weeks. While we lock down some partners. So it's nice to see all the excitement building around this, partners wanting to jump in, and we'll all support each other and get our APIs going, and Reactor assisting them in whatever they're developing or working on, and everything. So it's all coming together. Traction's picking up really well. It's really nice to see, and I'm sure everybody in the community is super excited to see it as well, as it should be. So um, that's the majority of our updates right there. If I forgot anything, it'll make it into the written one after, and I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure that was everything. Other than Rabo's in trouble because he forgot to unmute himself on Discord before he started talking. So if anybody wants
Oh,
to hear what he said,
oh no,
you can
I'm
catch it
sorry.
on the X or YouTube replay. That'll be live pretty much right after this ends. They're very quick
Mhm,
about loading it up on there. So if you
yeah.
want those marketing,
Sorry,
not
guys.
marketing, social media side
Yeah.
updates,
Mhm,
those will be live on those platforms, no problem. And
mhm.
you'll get the written after this as well. It'll just take a bit longer for the written portion compared to the replays. Which actually X is like incredibly quick with those replays now, which is kind of nice. And let's roll. I've got a few questions here, so we'll roll through those. If anybody has any other questions for us now or in the future, just a reminder, we have an AMA questions channel in the Discord, so feel free to drop them in there ahead of time or as this is going on, we're looking in there. So
Mhm.
let's see. Yeah, I got a whole little chat here I got to scroll through. Let's see. From Archangel, will the team leverage the partners' networks influence to create further awareness of what ARC is and does? As I mentioned, it appears to already be working. I'm not sure it's something we need to do in the future, as it's already happening, and it's doing quite well. Is there a marketing push planned? And when marketing in the near future, there's been a change in conditions now more favorable. We're going to keep doing the same thing we've been doing that works. Traction is like taking off like crazy. Holders are up. Our names getting out everywhere. Partners are now lining up to try to join, and we're just busy onboarding all of them. So clearly, it's working. And so we'll continue to do that. Can the team try to interact more frequently and post more on X? That's for Rabo. See, Rabo, whatever you do, it won't be enough. We put stuff everywhere. Not everything is on X, as you can see from like some of the TikTok creators with 17 million followers that push random coins to 500 million market cap in an hour, because
Okay,
there are a
that
lot of
kid.
people there are a lot of people on crypto on TikTok. So just because you personally may only be on X, and so you only see what we do on one platform, doesn't mean we don't do stuff on other platforms. And especially when targeting some like Web2 audiences and stuff, it's a bit more in depth than just posting a meme on X. But yeah, so you'll notice TJ's been up in his activity. He's been sharing some
Yeah.
snippets of alpha, so make sure you're following him too, if you want to get some insights and some stuff straight from him as well. Let's see, from Eric, as Trump will be empowering crypto regulations to be a lot more favorable, can earn with ARC become normal revenue share again rather than learn to earn? We're constantly watching this. One of the huge hindrance for the space, not just with learn to earn or revenue share or any of that, is the crippling regulations or regulation by litigation. Has hindered the space as a whole, and we're keeping an eye on the already seemingly much more favorable incoming group of representatives and president and senators and everyone coming in, and the entire administration is significantly more pro crypto, and we imagine regulations and laws are going to change quite quickly. And so we'll just constantly be monitoring those and adapting. But it appears it's all going to be favorable and helping to expand crypto as a whole. So we're excited for that as well. But we can't say for certain what's going to happen. We have no idea. So as things happen and laws get passed and regulations are changed and framework is set for crypto companies and everything, we'll constantly adapt to those. Let's see. So from Yoda here, a couple days after announcement referring to AI Alliance and another referring to ARC event in December. I've talked about those. And he said, we're going to expand on what each of those are during the call. I'd like to know what AI Alliance, what the aim is. if it's crypto and or Web 2, and how does it relate to ARC? So it's both. It's crypto and Web 2. Right now, we have a bunch of larger crypto projects partnering with us, and it's all of us bringing. So I kind of talked about this before, right? On the last AI Alliance call, it's pretty impossible for one company to do everything, right? So ARC has our own AI and protocol, right? And then our partners have their own like decentralized email structure, the Alpha, X Alpha with all their X analytics and in-depth stuff, right? If one team were to try to develop all of this, it would be too much, right? Too many cooks burns the food. So, God, I love using all these weird idioms. But so it's beneficial that we can all come together and contribute what we're extremely good at and let our products assist each other to develop even further and faster than we would have been able to on our own. So I hope that answers that. But there's even more coming, and as more partners come in, we'll continue to share, as Rabo mentioned, like how each project is using our AI and our APIs to push their envelope even further for themselves and their project and their holders. So it's very synergistic, and you'll just continue to see those come out, and we'll explain them more and more in individual posts, as well as let them talk about it on these AMA calls when all of our audiences and communities can get together and hear from everybody and how we're all working together. So regarding products and launches, have you been scaling the team? If so, focusing on which roles? We have. I thought TJ's mentioned before to some of you guys. So probably since the last time we've mentioned anything, we've expanded our QA department, added another dev to help on Reactor. Brought in TJ's mentioned the CMO role. Kevin, I think his name was, to assist with
Kevin McLeod.
with that as well. So we've expanded a few, and we'll get some more in-depth stuff about those positions and members in the future. But yeah, so we have, and if we need to, we will continue to do so. But that's kind of just as things go. We just adapt and make changes as needed. How are the current integrations of the APIs going? Good. Nicole's got or Eris and Nicole have a couple projects that have gotten set up. We've got the documentation over to them, and everything. So it's going good. And then there's more in line waiting to get the one-on-one support. That's kind of a unique thing that we do. That's really nice, and direct with our team to help.
Yeah, the test cases. So they gave the documentation already. So we're expecting, use cases to be come in.
And then we'll write those up and everything, and let people get their hands on those and look at those. How are you planning the efforts of going for Web 2 and 3 paying partners, and how much revenue are you estimating for next months and years? I don't have an estimate on the revenue. Probably have to wait for TJ for that. But as far as the efforts for Web 2 and Web 3, TJ's hinted a lot of this as well. Just circles right back around, so you may want to start following him on X if you aren't. But he's talked about our upcoming conference with several large Web 2 players speaking there, as well as Web 3 companies attending. So we're excited for that, and we'll make more announcements about those kind of partners and things as it's more appropriate.
Yeah, you may have seen also his guest article on what's that? Sorry, I
They may have.
Yeah, they may have
They're
seen
following, paying attention.
The DevOps digest. Yeah. So TJ's doing that, and we are sending email campaign, actually email informing about the Archon base. So reaching out to Web 2 audiences as well.
Yeah, if you're not on the email list, then you want to be, let us know. You can sign up on the website as well. Just go in an incognito window, and it'll pop back up for you if you've closed it out in the past. Let's see. We're going to be offering a status page at some point. Yeah, it's a good idea, Fasu. Status page, on whether it's up or down. I know we just announced it on X. and Discord and Telegram for everybody when it was down, and then back up this morning for our last update. It's a good idea, something we may implement in the future, but until then, we'll continue to push the information as we can, so everybody's aware if there's going to be any kind of scheduled downtime or unannounced vacations from Reactor. Who knows? We'll post it on X. I once had a pilot when our engine exploded shortly after takeoff. This was on my way to basic training, and that's what the pilot came on and said, that the engine took an unexpected 2-week vacation. You mean it exploded while attached to the wing? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Good thing
On the
while
way to
you're not
basic
in
too,
the
right?
air. Yeah.
And then
Good thing
you know
you're
what
not.
happened? I got in trouble for showing up to basic late.
It's the
It's
engines.
great times. It's
Blame
good
the
times.
engine.
Oh yeah. What will be from Jenna? What will be the push or the exciting item ARC will use to excite people during the bull run? Well, the bull run's been going for over a year at this point. People just don't want to admit it. But I think kind of the next big things coming up. We're excited for the Earn with ARC, the Key Guard updates. I'll talk a bit more on that here in a sec, but those are probably the two biggest ones I think I'm most excited for. But okay, so while we're going with that, those kind of excited things, I have a few updates from TJ as well to pass. I probably could have got on earlier, but as I mentioned earlier, we're kind of rushed to get this to make the timeline here with a bunch of family issues I had going on this morning. So I'm going to cover TJ's things because I think one of these next couple questions are actually going to be answered in this, so the timing will kind of work perfect. But so from TJ, we just hit 500,000 users across the ARC brand. So between Reactor and Protocol, we've now hit the 500,000. So that's pretty good. Maybe we'll throw a party for that. Then, as I just mentioned, the upcoming Earn with ARC for ARC adoption. This is probably going to be one of the larger pieces to improve ARC adoption even more, as it's one of the things the majority of the community seems to be excited for. So,
yes, the much awaited Earn with ARC.
Yeah, by far, right? The thing with this is we want to make it like as easy as possible to onboard people, right? So we've been working on that to just try to make it like my
scrutinizing
child
the UI.
can do it super easily. Yeah. It'll just be little like pictures. It'll be like, ooh, there's a money symbol. I want that one. Just like, click it. Then the other thing, so I think people will kind of get confused between Mark II and KeyGuard, and it's not one replacing the other. Mark II is still coming, as well as some other upgrades that'll come periodically. Right, we're always constantly making these little improvements to it, and while it may not be like a completely new version like the improvements that Mark II and KeyGuard will bring, we're still going to constantly be pushing these little updates. Like this morning. So as those come, we'll announce again those. But those are kind of on top of the Mark II and the KeyGuard coming. The release of the APIs in KeyGuard, and one of the big things about this KeyGuard that's really nice. It's not even just about Reactor, because as Henry demonstrated before, when we had me, Rabo, TJ, and Henry on the call, and he demoed the KeyGuard live on where it's at, it has the ability to plug and play into any model. So if these enterprises have their own model they've already trained and developed and have their data set that they want and it's working fine for them, it's a bit of a lift to switch somebody to Reactor, right? A new project is easy. It's much easier, right? They don't have the habit they're already into. And we all know breaking people from habits is extremely difficult. It's human nature to create and maintain your habits. So what we've done with KeyGuard is we're able to just improve for them. So if they have their model, and right now they use it internally because it contains a lot of sensitive data, proprietary information that they can't necessarily share, but they need to work with other projects. And as AI expands even further, I think it's going to be more and more important where these projects or companies are all working with each other to push everything forward instead of trying to develop on their own. It's a huge lift, and not every company is capable of undertaking it. In fact, the majority aren't, which is why they use other models that already exist. But now with KeyGuard, they're able to plug and play whatever model they have set up, whether it be Reactor or Gemini, GPT, Copilot, Cloud, Llama. I don't know. There's like 5. Just name an animal, and there's probably an AI model for it, or apparently inanimate object. Just name an inanimate object, and there's probably an AI modeled after it. But they have the ability to use KeyGuard and load it in, so then it can encrypt and give them complete control over their encryption keys. So now they're able to share this information with their partners and have AI assist in this without any kind of worry about their data getting leaked or anything along the way. They are the sole owner of their keys, and it's encrypted purely for them. So we're excited about that, and we think that's also going to have a massive boost on the space as a whole, and just make AI much safer and secure for everyone, whether you're the end user or you're at the enterprise level. So that's another one of the big things coming that we're excited for. And then these are going to be some top revenue generators in the future as well. So we'll be excited for that to go with Earn with Arc. And then all of these things I mentioned is kind of, I know it's on the roadmap for middle of next year, but the Layer X is how we're going to scale all of this. So a system that anyone can plug into for utility from any of the things I just mentioned. And then we're able to earn revenue through a simple fee for it all. Fee for connection and use, similar to how a Layer 1 works, but much more friendly for the average user. And we want people to be able to connect their custom Reactor models and any AI model to the system, as most traffic on the internet and dollar volume will be through AI agents. So that's kind of a quick overview for Layer X. And then as we get closer, we'll give you more and more details as development expands further and implementation rolls out on that. But those were some of TJ's updates I wanted to get through. It kind of answers a lot of the questions that I'm seeing coming up here real quick. So let me just go through and make sure we don't have any other questions that wasn't possibly answered in that. Someone asked, KeyGuard works on chain, wouldn't it be expensive in gas fees? No, it's you ever go to, let's say, OpenSea, an NFT marketplace, or any other app where you sign that message to confirm you're the wallet holder, yet you don't get charged for it. It's like that. The December event, Yoda had a few questions about that. It is virtual. He's asking if it was physical or virtual. It's virtual. Quite a few attending. But the Web2 companies attending, what is the angle being explored by ARC? The things I just mentioned, security through KeyGuard, our Reactor model, to expand their operations, especially with how efficient it is and how quickly it can train with minimal resources. Specific Web3 participation, I think a lot of the players are large Web2. Web3, we're currently stacking into our AI Alliance stuff. So I think kind of both of those are working side by side. They may commingle in the future, but right now they're kind of working side by side. Different parts of the team work in each one. How are the APIs going? I believe we've talked about this. Feedback from the partners. I don't know if I've touched that, but Robbo may have, but pretty good feedback so far. Remarkably easy to set up and use. What is ARC's path to get users to subscribe to the Reactor, since there's other free and more established products? Yeah, there's free products everywhere. Like you can go to OpenAI and type 3 messages for free, and then get told to come back in 24 hours if you want them to do 5 + 5 for you, which did the other day, and I was like, "What do you mean you can't do any more math unless I pay you?" Right? So yeah, there are free models, but they're very limited. Um, when can we expect monetization on both? That we're working on that right now. I believe
Yeah,
Eris this week or last week was talking about implementing that and making sure
yeah.
that's getting set up. So
Mhm.
that'll
He's
be
working
coming
on it.
soon. Yeah, as long as the dashboard, as well as the dashboard for other projects and enterprise
Right.
level,
Mhm.
business
For the
level
yeah,
clients,
API.
so they can, yeah, get all of that set up and monitor their usage and adjust limits real time and all of those things. So that's also part of it. It's not as simple as just hooking up Stripe to the website. So all of those things are being worked. So as soon as Eris can get it done, and then we QA it repeatedly, and then um, roll it out for testing to the public. So questions about the homomorphic encryption. Ooh, let's see what we got here. How big of a deal are we expecting this to be? Well, we mentioned it, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of like Fortune 5 and 100 companies and massive Web 2 companies were interested. So I would say a fairly big deal. When's it expected to be tested, implemented, and sellable? Well, you did see kind of a test, I guess, real life live test demonstration, I guess is probably a proper word, which, Gemini couldn't even get a live demonstration done without it messing up. So their product. So probably quicker than Gemini can roll something out. That's going to be recorded forever on X too. I'm going to
Yeah.
never hear the end of
Actually,
that.
for those, yeah,
Um,
watch, follow us on TikTok, and we will publish there the square examples. That
yeah. Yeah, so he's just plugging the
mm,
TikTok now. Yeah.
mm. The TikTok guy now.
Yeah, he is. He's our TikTok guy. So anybody in Discord and Telegram, if you have a bunch of TikTok related questions, tag Rabo, please, not me or Jameson and Rabo. Okay, let me catch back up where I was. Expect to be tested. So implemented and sellable rather quickly because we've already tested it live or demoed it live. It's just going through more testing and more enhancements, and then we'll build up the infrastructure to be able to sell it. So shouldn't be too long. Is this the thing TJ's been hinting to? Maybe. I'm not TJ, so I can't speak for TJ. But probably part of it at least. You just have to follow him if you want to see if there's even more coming, I guess. All right. Last couple ones here, real quick, and then we'll let Rabo go. I know Rabo wants to go watch Biddy Nuke for a bit. So let's see. Behind the scenes, what company related product news other our team members most excited about? I think I actually probably already talked about what the majority of us tend to be most excited about and what occupies a lot of the time in our morning meetings that we have every day to make sure everybody's on the same page and how development's coming along. So probably the Earn with Arc and Keyguard are probably the most anticipated and looked forward to, and I think will have the largest impact. Some more alpha. Well, I've given quite a bit, but okay, so let me check this again. I hadn't had a chance to check it this morning, but let me check it now for you guys. So you guys always see me constantly pushing our Task On community, our community.arc.ai page. And let's see. So we have a couple things going on. We have the AI Alliance event going on, as well as just our ongoing tasks we have through the community that I've also upped, and then I've been putting base ARC on there as rewards. So the fee to withdraw is less than 1 cent. So users are able to withdraw more often and with smaller amounts instead of having to build them up. So it's nice. Along all of this, we've been Oh, we are just about to hit 300,000 task participants. We're at 298,843, with 29,000 more task participants coming over the last 24 hours. So when you say like parabolic growth, I mean, at this point on our chart, and I'll screen grab this and I'll drop it in Discord, Telegram, so you guys can actually see what I'm saying. But it is the chart's just straight up now. For a couple months, it was, nice little gradual up, and now it's up and to the right and even higher up. So our participation on there is massive, and it seems to be correlating with this AI Alliance that we've set up going on, as well as all the increased presence on social media you're seeing. It seems to be going alongside the increase in our community page. So everything seems to be working synergistically together. And the exposure to ARC is really starting to ramp up. So I'm pretty excited for this. I talk about it every week with the team, and we discuss what we can do to make it even better. And then the event as well has been a pretty big success for us. Thousands of participants on that as well. So super excited. I'm going to build that out even further and get even more rewards loaded up on there for everybody. If you're not already participating, just community.arc.ai. It's ridiculously easy. Doesn't really take much from you, and you can earn points that can be redeemed for multiple different rewards, including tokens. So I'll drop some of those charts so you guys can see what I'm talking about exactly. Jameson knows. But yeah, that's one of the things I'm most excited about, is to just see the community growth across all the platforms. So it's a bit of alpha from my side. And it looks like, I think that's all of our questions. Do you have any last bit you wanted to add, Rabo, or?
I have no video. I already shared it this morning. It's
You
already on
shared
our
everything already. Look at him. We ain't holding anything back. Yeah. All right. We'll wrap it up. Make sure, guys, we will let you know about next week. I know for all the Americans in here, it's going to kind of be a slower week with Thanksgiving next week. So also cut our team some slack if we're not responding within seconds. Please don't harass us every 3 minutes wondering why nobody's answered your ticket yet, because it's kind of a holiday week. So bear with us. Things may be a bit slower, but we'll all still be around. So who knows? As soon as we lock down a time for that other call and our partners, for our partners AMA that we'll be attending, we'll let you know. Rabo will post about that. Matt Bay's working that right now in the background. So he'll let us know, and then we'll let Rabo know, and then Rabo will let everybody else know, and then we'll just do one of those giant games of telephone where the message ends up completely skewed, but Rabo will ensure you get the information. And then the week after, guys, for the other AMA, just be a heads up, it may not be at this exact time. Once we have a bit more information about which partners can attend and what times work for them, and we can find a time that works for everybody involved, we'll let you know on that one as well. So the next 2 calls will kind of be ad hoc, and we'll let you know as we get closer. But other than that, onward and upward, I guess. We'll continue to develop and continue to deploy. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out for our State of the Arc. We will catch you guys in Discord and Telegram, and in a couple weeks for the next one. Take care, guys.
Thank you. We are thankful to everybody.